Good morning. Today I am going to show you all how to make sourdough discard cheese crackers, and it is so easy. You can make this right in your home. You don't have to go buy them anywhere. It's very easy to do, and we're going to start out with our sourdough discard, and I will be putting a video on of the sourdough starter and how to get it started and everything. But for now, for those of you that already have the discard in your refrigerator, that have it weekly like we do after we start sourdoughing, then get it out, and we're going to put 220 grams of your discard, okay? And make sure your scales are set on grams. And we're going to put 220. It takes quite a bit of your discard, and if you don't know what this is, I will be doing a video on it. Okay. All right. And all this discard is when you're after you feed your starter in the refrigerator, you'll have some left over, and you throw it in a jar, and then you collect it. And then, so you don't want to waste this. This is good stuff. This is your fermented sourdough, okay, from your feeding your sourdough starter. So this is about, this is from my starter. I started my starter on January 1st of this year, and it works so well right now. It's got some age on it, and that's a good thing. So we put this sourdough starter in here, and then we're going to add, we'll go ahead and add our butter. We'll add our butter. There's 30 grams of butter, and I'll put the recipe underneath this video. 30 grams of soft butter. Make sure it's soft, and put it in there. And then you're going to do 5 grams of salt. Now you can adjust that to your liking, okay? If you want less salt, put a little less salt. But I have found out that with sourdough, salt just goes with it, you know. And I use the Redmond salt. It's the real thing, you know. It's good salt. Then I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese in it, and I think it had 30 grams of Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to put just any kind of shredded, or you can shred your own, which is probably better. But this is just what I had. I bought it in a bag, and that's what I had, and I got to get this done because we eat these all the time, and we're out, and we've been out for a little while. So I'm going to put, it's about a cup, I think, a little over. You can do that to your liking too. And put that in there. And then we're going to put 130 grams of flour, and I just use unbleached all-purpose flour. And I put all that in a pan, or in a bowl, I'm sorry. And we're going to put the dough hook on, and we're going to stir this up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we're back. We got that done and in the mixer, and this is what it turns out. Now, what I've done was I took my ball of dough and I weighed it in grams, and it come up to 520. And I divided that by 4, okay, which come up to 130. So each one, I knew to weigh each one of my balls to 130, okay? So I've got 4 of these, and what we're gonna do is, and it's soft and it's pliable, and that's what you want, okay, after you get done mixing it with the dough hook. So what I do is, I take my pre-cut parchment paper. You don't have to have pre-cut, I just do because it's just a little bit easier sometimes. And then you take your, I use some olive oil spray. Just drop my lid. I spray my piece of paper pretty good, okay? And then I take one of these balls, and keep that from falling there, and I put it right in the center. And then I'm gonna spray my rolling pin, and I'm just gonna flatten this out. You're gonna get it pretty thin, okay? So, because crackers are thin, and you want them pretty thin so they'll get done and be kind of crispy. You know, you want them a little bit crispy. Okay, so after I do that, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna be stuck to your paper, okay? And it's thin, it's real thin. And you're gonna do each one like that. Then after you do it, I take my spray, keep from dropping that, and I spray the top of my dough, okay? What I do is take my salt, this is my Redmond salt, and I put a little bit on top. I just sprinkle a little bit on the top. You can put herbs on this, you can put, I mean, the options are endless. You can put whatever you want to on it. But I just like salt because I've got that cheese in there. So I make cheese crackers because we like them. I like the rosemary ones with no cheese, but my husband does, he's not big on rosemary. So I just try to make the cheese ones because I like them too. Then I have a roller. And you just roll this and it just perforates your crackers. So when, after you cook them, you can just break them apart and they look like this. And we'll show you more of them. So then I put them on my cookie sheet. And that pan's ready to go in the oven. And then we'll do another pan, and I've only got 2 pans, so I do 2 pans on the top shelf at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Now the first batch will go about 20-25 minutes. Then every batch after that, it seems like it doesn't take as long, I guess, because my stove is already heated up and going. So, and I did preheat my oven, but that's just how it works with my oven. So not your oven, I'm sure, is different than mine. So after I get these 2 done, I'll put them in the oven. I'll bring them out after 20-25 minutes and get the other 2 ready to put in, and then I'll show you what they look like after they've cooled down, okay? That's all there is to it. And then if you'll just stick with me, I'll show you the done product. Okay, we got them all done. This is the first batch. And then this, I wanted to show you how these pull apart. You see how they're perforated? I don't know if you can see that or not. But they're real easy to just break apart. And they're crunchy. And they're so good. They're so good. And they're good for you, guys. This was the end one. I try to get the prettiest ones going here, and then we just kind of... The other ones are good, though. The other ones are the crispier ones, the darker ones. They're good, too. But there you go. And then after I get this full, I just take one of my plastic caps, put over the top of it, and then I put my thing on there because you don't want no air getting to it. So that's what I do. And that's all there is to it. So there you have it. There's your crackers, your sourdough cheese crackers, and they're so good. So I'll put the recipe underneath in the description, and you all gotta try it, okay? I'll talk to you on the next video, Lord willing. Bye.